Hi everyone and welcome to INFINOX Market Insights with me, Richard Perry, analysing markets for INFINOX on Wednesday the 27th of October. Now there's still a fairly positive risk appetite, but there are maybe some signs of a bit of fatigue in the run higher. We've seen a bit of a pullback from the all-time highs on the SP 500 yesterday. Signs that European markets are a little bit pulling back just slightly early morning today, and we've seen a little bit of dollar support starting to come in. That started to pull back on commodity prices as well. So very, very slight change to the decisively positive sentiment that we had seen previously. But it'll be interesting to see if that is just a near-term stalling of the move or something bigger at work there. Now, we're looking out towards the Bank of Canada today. Bank of Canada monetary policy decision. No expected changes on the headline rates, but expected to see a further cutting of the asset purchase on a weekly basis by another billion Canadian dollars per week. And also, we're looking out towards the ECB ECB monetary policy tomorrow, where the ECB is not expected to do any real changes, but they might start to allude towards what's going to happen with the PEP program when it comes to a close in March, but also talking about the impact of higher inflation as well. So we'll be looking out towards that, and the impact of that certainly on euro-dollar will be the key focus there. Now, we've got the durable goods for the US data today. No real expectation of any major surprises there. Just a mild growth on the durable goods is expected today. So with regards to the charts we're looking out for, we've got the euro-dollar chart, which has started to find a bit of resistance coming in. Big resistance overhead at 1665, but again, a mild lower high that we might start to see a bit of a change in sentiment there. We're also looking at the silver chart, big uptrend recovery in play, but started to pull back slightly in the last 24 hours or so. And finally, we're looking at the SP 500 futures. Signs of a near-term possible pullback, but I still would see it as a chance to buy. But let's have a look at these charts. So onto the INFINOX MT5 platform now. Just starting off with euro-dollar, we can see that this recovery uptrend that we've had over the past couple of weeks has just rolled over. Again, look at the resistance, 1665, that old key low becoming resistance overhead and now breaking that uptrend, but also now starting to show the RSI failing at 50. That's not ideal, certainly for a bullish perspective. And if I go out one more level, you can see that this is now also failing underneath that old downtrend as well. So signs are that the possibility of this rolling over, and you can see on the 4-hour chart, falling underneath the support at 1610, 1620, that seems to be becoming a basis of resistance now. That is a pivot line around 1620, so watch out for that. Also a pivot line around the 50 level on the 4-hour RSI as well. So it's starting to turn into a selling into strength market rather than buying into weakness that we had seen last week. And 1620 seems to be the level to watch out for there. Another failure underneath 1620 would put pressure back on 1585, and then underneath 1570 area, you're looking at 1525, which is the key reaction low. So really important moment for euro-dollar. Can it get back above that 1620 mark? But even then, we're still looking at the resistance mounting at 1665. And onto the silver chart, we can see the recovery in silver, really strong recovery, but signs of a little bit of a failure at that 2485 level of resistance. Falling over yesterday, sharp move to the downside, but it's now testing the key pivot areas, because silver is a really strong chart for technicals in the fact that old support becomes new resistance and old resistance becomes new support. So in this recovery phase, we're looking at old resistance becoming new support, and 2375 to 24 figure, big support area on a near-term basis. Again, that comes in around that uptrend as well. So that is the key level that we're looking out for. If that starts to break down below 2375, you really are starting to see this recovery rolling over. I think back underneath 50 on the RSI would certainly confirm that as well. So we're looking at that as a key moment. Is this just another little pullback within the uptrend and then a test of 2480, or is it starting to break down? 4-hour chart would suggest we're starting to lose a little bit of that momentum, isn't it? So that is the concern that I have. And finally, S&P 500. Nothing overly wrong with this bull run higher, but a pullback into the close yesterday just gives the slight hint of a potential shooting star candlestick pattern. Nothing confirmed really, because it did still slightly close above. So you'd be looking out for a close lower today if that were to be the case, to be a shooting star. RSI a little bit around the levels where we've seen previous turning points, but I would be seeing any pullback into support as a chance to buy really on this S&P 500, and rather than a selling opportunity. I think it looks strong, breakout into all-time highs. You've got a nice band of support between 4,450 to 4,500 area. But even then, 4,550 is the initial support. You've got the hourly, 4-hour chart, sorry. You can see that we're still running positive momentum there. But if you started to see that 4-hour RSI into the 50s, that would give you a suggestion that it's a near-term pullback, I think. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it informative for your trading. Join me again on Friday, where we'll be digesting the ECB meeting and also looking at the key inflation data for Eurozone and US. So I'll leave you with the INFINOX support and resistance table, and I will speak to you then. Thank you very much.